more about the book of Ezra. And I have to speak up because we have until Monday, Tuesday to retrieve all of the hostages. And I personally don't trust Hamas. I never could. I don't think it's necessary to have to deal with them so much. I think the focus of the nation is vilifying Israel. However, for those of us who are Christians, we can see it a little bit clearly. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. How do I put this? We have less than a few days, and we gotta be very frank. And the whole peace plan is unfortunately, it is wrong to return terrorists for the very reason that I will say, okay? To the Muslim people, the return of these terrorists from Israel's prison cell in exchange of the innocent hostages means their heroes are back. And it almost becomes like, oh, I am so sorry. We took people that are killing us. We're going to return them to you. Now, there are many Jews who think that, well, we can tag them and we can implode them if we wanted to. But the perception of the world is that they had the right to attack the Jews. And now the Jews get to return them back because they're really heroes. They're really heroes for all these liberals and for all these Arab League and the nation, the Caliphate. They're seeing this as a way that this is how Israel is repenting. Okay, so they have all these terrorists. Oh, they should not have imprisoned the people that are killing them. They're not justified to do that. Are you kidding me? Like, why are they imprisoning people, attacking and trying to kill them? We have every right to kill them. Okay, so it's totally wrong to return any one of them. It don't matter if you think, oh well, we're gonna fight them anyway. It's the perception of these liberals and the demonic realm and the world, the Caliphate, the Arab League, even the communists, throw in the New World Order, enjoying the game that they're playing around in Israel, okay? There's a stupid game because the powers that be pours out money on both sides of the war. They can pour out money on both sides of the war, and I think that's the BIS, the Bank of International Settlement in Switzerland, along with all the other people, all the other nations that have money. They are able to fund both sides of the war. And that is how they run their business, okay? It's not a difference. You will see Russia feeding into, the Palestinian cause. You will see China feeding into the Palestinian cause. You will see, and you may not see, but you see, okay, the New World Order funding Hamas, okay? This is not just Qatar, okay? And this is the sinful nature of men, okay? And all of the enemy of the world is Satan. We're all in different level of deception. There are people that the enemy, that Satan will feed in order to kill us all, okay? He has always done that through the elite sectors. But by the grace of God, we are all still alive. So God is gracious and He is victorious. So God did not send His Son for nothing, okay? We have a say in this matter, and our prayer on this earth has an effect into heaven. We can petition for anything in accordance to God's will, okay? So don't think that it's just the arms, okay, that we can just, oh, well, whoever has the bomb, the biggest bomb is the winner. No, it is actually who has the faith, okay? Faith is greater because God created the universe. He can stop CERN. I showed you before, a little weasel was able to stop CERN from blowing up. Okay? The computer started talking. They call it Prometheus. Okay? And all these scientists were baffled because all of a sudden the computer told them, do not proceed. Do not proceed. Okay? So that is the Lord Almighty putting an act and saying, look, okay, it's not time for the world to end. I do it in my terms. God is going to end the world in his terms. He's the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last. Okay, so I was looking at the book of Ezra. Okay, all these people that were banished, okay, they were taken captive. I think it's the book of Ezra or the book of Daniel. They were all taken captive. Okay, when you say taken captive, they were held hostage. Okay, they were extracted. Okay, so if you look at the hostages, how is the hostages different from a captive? But this is a lot of people. Okay, so what did the Lord do? Okay, after some time, he stirred the heart of Cyrus. Okay. And all of a sudden, this world leader says, okay, let's return. Let's have you build. Let's have you build that temple. And so all the people that came back to Israel, are they all Jews? So I was trying to figure out, it says citizen of this and citizen of Jericho, people of this, and these are different towns and cities. I don't know all of them, but whatever area that was conquered by Israel, they basically became the Lord of the people that stayed there. Okay? There are people from these pagan nations living, and when Israel conquered it, they went under the banner of Israel and they became part of their people. And how do you know that? Why do you know that they became part of the Jews? Okay? Because the Jews are highly influential people, okay? And they, especially the men, have a soft spot for women, okay? They have a soft spot. So guess what? Even the priest of Israel had pagan wives. And Ezra was pissed off. He was crying. He was just like, oh, no wonder God has banished us into, and taken us captive. We were taken captive by our enemy because we were not obedient. Okay, they were falling in love with the people. They were compromising their faith. Okay, so the issue there is that if you look at these Muslims, they are exhibiting faith. They had strong faith. Oh, just have a little bit more faith. You Gazan will have your homes rebuilt by Qatar and Turkey. Oh, and Donald Trump. They see this as a homecoming. Woo, we're gonna get our homes back. We just have to suffer. Like they are the tactical. They're the tactical sacrifice. Okay, the people that died are tactical sacrifice. All their hardships is now gaining has now gained the world's popularity. Okay, they're now so popular all over the world in their hardship. They were like playing Hagar or something. Pity me world. Okay, and then all the liberals pull in, and as far as the liberal is concerned, the United Nations giving a chance for a two-state solution means that Israel was not justified for the war. Okay, so giving back the terrorists, it doesn't matter if you can fight them off again. That looks like an admission that they are the real heroes. Oh, they had every right to want to kill the Jews. Because look, the Jews, they killed off children. Okay, that's what criminals. Okay, from breeding more criminals, and the resistance is not getting wiped out because we're saying they get to stay in there. They don't even get to leave until they're rehabilitated with their Stockholm syndrome all over Gaza and their murderous innuendos on a constant basis against Israel. So we have to, I mean, is it, how biblical is it to be exchanging criminals? How biblical is that? Is this what God wanted the Jews to do? Oh, well, Jews, yeah, give up the land, and, oh, yeah, I know you want it, but give it back to them, and get all these hostages. God can protect the hostages, and those that have died, they are technically, they did not die for no reason. Okay, God is gonna punish them. You cannot take the souls of men. You can kill people. Kings can kill people, but they are not responsible for their souls. They are going to be avenged by God. And we are doing too much in our own power, but we're dealing with a terrorist. Why are we dealing with these freaking terrorists over and over and over? And we're getting, and we now have like the whole world ganging up, and we're empowering and emboldening not just the Palestinian, but we are emboldening the Muslim caliphate all over the world, and they get to rebuild. Okay, Ezra did not allow their enemies to rebuild inside. They did not allow them to rebuild the temple. Okay, so why? Hi, Joshua. Hi, good name, by the way. So we cannot embolden these Muslim, and we are sending back the terrorists that they call heroes. And what are these liberals thinking? Okay, what are these communists thinking? Oh, well, that's all we have to do is we gotta steal people, and we get to have our own nation. This is the normalization. This is an insane normalization. That is sick. That is very sick. And I have to speak up. I mean, I'm on my way. I've got 3 patients, and I know people say, well, it's Shabbat, okay? And if I was a Jew, that would be hard to work. But according to Jesus Christ, we are allowed to work if we are taking care of people, because the care of the people is 24/7, and we have to take care of them. We got to take care of them. We got to do what we got to do. And Yemen is probably, Yemen is not the leader of Yemen is not Houthi. It is not this Al-Houthi thing. Al-Houthi is a New World Order puppet that is stationed at a strategic area that is going to block the food and resources to that region, from to that region, and it's specifically to Israel. Okay, it is a way to chokehold Israel. That's the strategic reason why Al-Houthi exists. They are not the government of Yemen. They took over. They literally massacred people there in order to take over that specific spot. And the reason they're shooting down international vessels, including the U.S. vessel, is because they know they have the ins and outs of what is going on in Israel. And this is like one of the stealth force of the New World Order. Okay, New World Order like to have terrorists do their dirty dealings. Okay, so this Al-Houthi needs to go, and that part of, the Yemen, if they were smart, okay, they can take back the land and be allies of the U.S. Okay, they can do that. They got to get rid of the Al-Houthi. But until the U.S., well, I shouldn't say the U.S. because this is a deal that Israel have with God, okay? It's just that Donald Trump is acting like Cyrus at this very moment.
In 2 miles, the exit on the right.
Exit on the right. Okay, so this Israel needs to proclaim victory first, okay? Then get the hostages out. And God will take care of the hostages if Israel is claiming victory. Well, what is claiming victory right now is Palestine, which is insane. They don't even have an office. They have no office. They have no office. They've got no water. They have no electricity, okay? And they just got this little itty bitty, and if Israel cannot annex Judea and Samaria, that is so insane, okay? We did not give up 1,700 Jewish lives, fighting Okay, these are young people that have died in order to give back the demonic heroes in Palestine for the Palestinians, recreating Palestinian, and there is no government fit. Okay, among the Arab is not fit to rule themselves in Israel. They can rule the Palestinians, okay, in Jordan. Okay, a lot of the Jordanians are Palestinian, including the wife, Rana. They can rule the
On the
Palestinians.
right, and then
They can
left
rule the
turn.
Palestinians, okay? Again, they can rule the Palestinian people that's in Israel, in Jordan, okay? They can rule them in Saudi Arabia, and they will be well behaved over there, okay? What they're doing is that they're destabilizing all these European nations because at this point it's post-Christianity, you know? The Europeans are acting more like pagans with some civilization that they received
Next left.
from the Bible. So what we need to pray for is for Israel to declare victory, and God will release the hostages. Because do you honestly think that God doesn't know where the hostages are? Okay, and what is Daniel anyway? The book of Daniel is about all the Jews and the people from Israel. They were not Jews. Not all of them were Jews because they were pagan wives. Okay, they took them into Iran and Persia. They are the same as the hostages. So Daniel was one of the hostage. Okay, and when you're one of the hostage, okay, they were just the little bit more privileged hostage. But if you look at it, okay, he was about to be eaten by the lion. Okay, that's not any different from what he knows. Daniel had personal experience of being held captive. Okay, and did the Lord not sustain Daniel? If God wants to sustain 20,000 people,
Proceed about
300,000
1
people,
mile
he
to
can.
California
Okay, so
183.
what is lacking in people? What is lacking in people is faith and trust in God. We need to, if we trust God more, we will not be in this hole right now. Okay, we were kind of like in a bit of a hole, but we're gonna get out of this hole the more we trust God. But Israel needs to declare victory because all over the world, and this is not just it's really bad. It's really bad, you guys. It's so bad. It's so bad that I have to talk with such bad tone. I can't help it because I can't. What do you want me to tell? What does people want? Let me give you a slight suggestion. When I know that the Arab League wants to rebuild Gaza for the purpose of annihilating Israel, why would I not speak up? Why can't I speak up? I cannot just give you a slight. Let me give you a slight suggestion. I knew. Okay, no. If I can know it from reading the Bible, why can't all these kings and queens and prime ministers and all these? Why can't they figure it out? Okay, it's clear as daylight. We got so many prophets. Okay, Muhammad is obviously not the prophet. Okay, he is the prophet of Satan. Okay, Allah is not God. Allah is a demon. Okay, so we have to be very frank, and I believe, and I've tested this, okay? I'm still alive today. I spoke heavily against Islam, okay, 2011, and I went on YouTube. I'm just one of the people that God used. So I am certain that the Muslim people, once they see Israel declare victory, it will embolden the Muslims that want to get out of Islam, okay? It will embolden them. It will embolden the Arab people to not promote jihadism because they know deep inside it's fake. It's fake anyway. And It's like Israel just cannot say that
7 miles
Allah is fake.
ahead on
Okay?
the route.
The diplomat,
Slow traffic.
Satan is a diplomat. You cannot establish diplomacy on people too quickly. If we're too much of a diplomat, we ended up acting like Satan, agreeing with this very demonic teaching that is literally slaughtering children in Gaza. Okay, Hamas is slaughtering the children in Gaza, and we're like, okay, here's your terrorists, back to you. Here's your heroes. Okay, you all want to be like them, and now more kids are gonna be clapping, getting the very same people that they wanted to become when they grow up. Okay, and this is why I have to speak up. I have to speak up because it's like, and I don't even trust this Hamas. I mean, how do you know you got 28 people dead? How do you really know you got 20 people alive? Are they going to give you all these 20 people? And why do you have to give them this 250 initial terrorists and a total of 2,000? I mean, this is ridiculous math. It's a dumb math. I cannot, I can't, I can't, I can't just look at it and not say anything. Okay? Yeah, I can be okay. I can be okay. It's not happening here. But the perception of the world, the normalization of terrorists as heroes, it's insane. It's insane. So anyhow, to God be the glory when the hostages are released. And I can only thank God for what is bound to happen, because I know that
Keep
victory
right, and then left turn.
victory is at hand for Israel, but it.
In a quarter of a
And
mile, left turn onto California 183.
oh well, I missed my exit. So anyway, I gotta get off the
8
phone.
miles ahead on the route.
And
Slow traffic.
this is not a rant. It may look like a rant, but I just want my voice to wake people up,
In half of a mile,
because we've
left
got a
turn
few days
onto
before
Linus
all these
Avenue.
terrorists goes back. And of course, I would love whatever number of hostages to return. But what we're doing in exchange is a total insanity. It's total insanity, and the whole world sees this action as a way to normalize terrorism as
Next
heroism.
left, and then right
And
turn.
for that, I cannot, I can't agree with this. I can't agree with it. So anyway, I'm gonna end it right here. Thank you and God bless. Read the book of Ezra.
Next left, and then
And remember,
left turn.
Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And the Son of God came that we may have life and have it abundantly. Thank you. All right. Bye.